In this Systeme.io tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up a blog, which is a website on the Systeme.io platform. Let's take a look at how to set one up. Hello, and thank you for downloading one of my website templates. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install it and start editing the different sections of your website. It may look different to this one. This will be my example for this demo. And to talk you through how to get into your blog, start making changes, customize the colors and the logo, everything you need to get this all set up for your new business. When you first purchased from me, you would have got an email like this or a document on Etsy, and this will take you through the basics of getting all these files into your own account. The first thing you need to do is to log into your Systeme account. If you don't have one yet, you can create your free account here. Once you're logged in, you'll see something basic like this. This is their dashboard, and we'll be working on two different products today, and they'll both be under the website section. So the first thing we'll do is install your blog. And then second, we will install the sales funnel, which will essentially be your order forms for anything you're selling through your website. As part of your purchase, you would have received the document like this. These are your instructions, and it's what I'll be following along with today to get through all the different steps. Returning back to the instructions, we've logged in, and the next step is to import the new website here. Click that button. And you'll notice the blog comes through very quickly. It's got a little timer here, just waiting for it to import, but you can actually refresh within the first few seconds and it'll actually all be there ready to go. First thing I'll do, I'll just show you around what the actual blog editor looks like. If you go inside your blog that's been imported, you'll notice all these different blue buttons here. These are essentially how we will edit the layout. This first blue button here, blog layout, that is essentially the header and footer that appears on every page of your design. Preview will be viewing the blog. If we click that now, you'll see exactly what you saw in the demo. Everything has come through, the pictures, the images, the text, the colors, exactly how you saw in your demo. But now you've got a copy in your own account. Further along from there is blog settings. That is where you control the name of your website and the address. If you've got multiple domain names set up, you can select which one associates with this blog here. And also the main URL path for your whole blog. If you've got a proper domain name selected here, www.mywebsite.com, you can actually delete this and it will just bring up the whole blog for your website. You don't actually need a name here. If you've got multiple blogs, you might want to have a different name for each one, just so you can link through to them from other places like a Stan Store or a Linktree. So go ahead and name it now. Name it something for your business. Delete out the name there if you have no other blogs on your website. And click Save. We'll jump straight into blog layout now, and that's going to be changing your logo and your menu. So you'll see here you can edit the top section and the bottom section, and everything in the middle is blank. This is what will be loading in your blog pages, your home page, your about page. They'll all load in there, so you don't have to touch that. We're only worried about working top to bottom on this outer kind of area of your website. Go ahead and change the text, something that is going to catch your ideal audience's attention. You can play with the formatting there, taking away some bold sections or keeping the whole thing bold, up to you. Next will be your logo image. Click on that. Click the little cloud icon on the left. This whole sidebar has changed now. You can click on that. Select another image or upload one. It'll take a few seconds to upload your image and click Insert. If it's come through large, you can change the size here on the left with this little slider through to where it sits a bit nicer alongside the menu there. A good idea at this point is to also flip over to the mobile view down the bottom. You'll see this little phone icon, and just check that the logo isn't too big for mobile either. You can adjust that, usually just a little bit smaller. And that will look good on both setups. Next, we want to work on the menu. It has come through as a proper menu where you can select all the pages in your site, but you will need to select your own straight away. They get cancelled out once you import a template for the first time. So next to home, it's a blog link, and you're going to select the home page from the list. Same with blog. That one is post list page. That will bring up all your blog posts. About, services, contact. And the last one I've set up as a custom URL. This is something we'll do a little bit later to link over to your order pages that we haven't imported yet. So you can leave that blank for now. and we'll come back to it. If you have more pages you'd like to add, you can just add more menu items as you need to. The rest of the settings you'll see down here are all to do with colors and fonts. Generally, you can leave them the same, or if you're using different colors, you can change them here. Hit save. Now we'll work on the footer section of the website. You can simply click in here and start changing the text to something about your business. These are all, again, plain text links. You can just start linking through to your own social media account using the link button. And same with quick links. These are just plain text links as well. You can link to other parts of your web page by using this little icon and selecting it from the list. Moving over to the newsletter, if you do want to offer a newsletter or a freebie download or something like that, I've put a form in here already designed for you. The next step will be making this form work. So you can save this page for now, and we'll move on to making this newsletter work for you. Before we can set up the newsletter functions, we need to create an actual email campaign. So if you go up to this top bar and down to emails campaign, we're going to set up a brand new email campaign. So let's create a new one. Give your campaign a name. Select your email address from the list. You can put a description in. It's just for you to remind you what this is for, and click save. Jump inside your newsletter by clicking on the name and create your first email. Welcome people to your list. You can leave the sender name and the email address there, and classic editor is also fine. Hit save. Type out your first welcome email, usually something like, welcome to the list, this is what to expect from me. And if you've promised them a freebie or an ebook, you would attach it in here by a link, or you can attach it to the email itself using the attachment area. It's a good idea to introduce them by name. So if you say hi, this substitute area, this drop down, you can put in first name, and it puts in the little code that will be automatically replaced by the name they fill out on the form. Continue writing your message and click save and publish. Now it won't go out to anyone yet, but this is just getting it ready so we can select it from our automation rules. If we go back one step into our campaign, you'll see I've got one email here. It's got a green tick saying it's ready to go. And now it's going to be available to us when we set up these automation rules. That's part one of the setup of the newsletter from the footer done. Next step is to create a new automation rule. So you can go across to automation rules, create a new one. The trigger will be blog form subscribed. Then you would choose your blog. We've got the Natural Sands one, or the name of it that you've given recently. The blog entity will be blog layout. That's that outer section of the whole design for the whole web page. Now the action, so the trigger is on the blog, on the form that's located here, do this. And the do this is subscribe to campaign. And we're going to select it from the list. I called it newsletter. You'll probably only have the one there. And click save rule. Now anytime that this form here is filled out with their first name and email, they're going to be added to my email campaign that welcomes them to my list. You can return to your email campaigns anytime and continue adding more and more emails. Generally 7 to 10 is a great way to connect with your audience long enough for them to purchase something from you. Heading back into our website blog, clicking on the name. The outer part of our design is done. We're going to move on to editing the individual pages. So if you go across to the pages section here, these are all the pages in your website. So you can go to the home page first. You'll notice it's automatically brought in the logo we added, and all the links are already here. This part can't be edited in this section. You're only editing from here down. You can work your way down the page, changing the text to suit your business. The link here can go to anywhere. You can click on this link and change this URL to anywhere in your website, or eventually over to your order form. For now, focus on changing the text and images to suit your business. Work your way all the way down the page. These graphics here are located in the Canva file. You can open that, save and export them back into this spot. You've also got the option to put in a video here, and changing each of the frequently asked questions, you just use these little eyeballs to turn on each different section, and you can access the text to change it there. These blog posts will come through automatically. This is just the demo, so you can change any of the styling. And again, the footer is locked. That is been edited already from that outer section. This post list page you won't need to edit. This is just for styling purposes of the blog. You can go straight onto your About section, make any changes to the text and images. I've given you the option to give away a free ebook here separate from the newsletter. This is optional. If you want to delete this at any time, you can just save it for later by creating a block or deleting it. To give away your free ebook and get this form working, it's very similar to what we did with the newsletter form. So you would exit out of this page, go into your automations, rules, create a new rule. The trigger is the same. It's a blog form subscribed. Choose your blog. This time you're going to choose blog page because it's located on one of our pages. And the page is the About page. Now the action is more likely going to be not subscribe to a campaign because you're just giving away a free ebook. So I would suggest you send them an email instead. So the action will be create a new email message. You can give it a subject, the usual greeting, and then you can attach the file using the attachments area and click save. Then you can save rule. So we'll just recap that again. The trigger is when everyone visits this blog on the blog page called About, send them this free ebook email. Once you've been inside and edited each of the pages, you can go ahead and change the names on them if you'd like. You can go into these settings and change the name. And then once those are done, you can move over to posts. Posts work a little bit different to your average page in your website. You're actually going to go across to these three dots here and go to settings. And it's going to bring up the title. That's where that's controlled. It's not actually typed on the page. You fill out the title here. A short description, which is what you will see underneath the image in all the examples. And you can give it the name here. It doesn't have to be gobbledygook. It can be a proper name. And I suggest you do write a name that works for search engines. So something like travel. You can't have spaces, but you can have dashes. Travel in Australia. And that's actually a good word that will be picked up in Google. So it's better than just numbers. You can choose the date, that's optional. The image, this is what will be displayed on the blog and the thumbnails. So you can go ahead, delete that and choose a different file. I'm just going to choose one off my computer. It has to be a certain size, so you can just drag this around till it sits nice and nobody's head's chopped off. Uploading the image. And then choose which category it belongs to. Initially, these are the categories, but you can go into the categories area, add more, and change them to suit your business. Then click Save. So that's part one. So now it's got a title and an image. Part two is to go into the actual blog post itself. You'll notice my new image is here. That's locked. I can't change that from this place. Same with the title. That's all controlled on that previous screen. The rest, though, is just plain text. So that's where you can start typing and change things. Any images that are inserted are just standard images. And optionally, we have this Facebook connection here. If you don't have that, we can edit that out of the template. Save your changes and exit. So each of these are just demo ones. You can go in and edit each one if you find that easier. Or if you make a nice layout, you can turn the rest off by deactivating them and just duplicating your one that you've got set up nicely so they all look consistently the same. Jumping into categories, they're quite easy to edit. You just jump into the settings next to each one. If it's interiors is not what you're doing, you could organize it by categories like Europe. If it was a travel website, for example, hit save and that would change. You can create as many as you like. Returning to this post section, the final page I'll show you where to edit is the post layout. That's the internal page of the blogs. So what the title looks like, how big it is, where the image is. And if you aren't doing any sort of Facebook comments or connections, you can delete this whole section out by clicking that little bin. That can just go away. And same down here, if you don't want to suggest other posts, you can just delete this whole section out and it will do it for all blog posts. So that's as much as we can do with the website now until we import the sales funnel. That's going to be linked here on the order form and any of the buttons. Alternatively, you can set up that the buttons all take them to the services page. That's nice and easy to do. But when they're saying, yes, I'm ready to buy, you really need to bring them over to an order page, and we'll go ahead and set that up now. Returning to the email that you got from me, we did step 3 by importing the website blog. Now we're on to importing the sales funnel. So let's click that button now. You're still logged in and it should come across just like the other one did. It's got a waiting symbol, but you're fine to refresh it. It will be there. There it is. So if we go inside there now, you'll see all the different pages of the funnel. We've got a sales page, a squeeze page, an order form, an upsell, a thank you page, and a terms and conditions page. I've left the sales page in. It looks almost identical to the website blog, and you may or may not need to use this page at all, but it was already designed, so I've left it in here. You may want to simplify it, get rid of a lot of these different sections and customize it to a simpler page. Or you may want to just drag it out of the order completely and just put it aside for now. For these instructions, I'm just going to focus on getting the order form ready so people can start purchasing a product from you. So let's click on the order form and jump in there and have a look at what it looks like. So you want to give your product a name up here, add your own logo, a graphic that displays what they're actually buying, change the price here, that's just plain text, any bonuses or extras that you're giving them. So you're also collecting just their name and email, but if you need more information from your customers, feel free to drag on more form inputs. You can just drag them on like that and select maybe country or any of these other options you can choose from this list here. If you're offering an order bump, you can do that here. This is just a little area you would fill out with details of an extra they can put on. Generally, it's cheaper than the main product they're buying. If they're buying a $100 product from you, this one would be around $20 to make it an absolute yes from them. And it's just an opportunity for you to make more money per sale without being too invasive. All these details are already set up for you. You can get rid of my demo button there. And once you've made all your text changes here, you can save the page and we'll go ahead and make this actually work. Exiting out of the design section, still in the order form section, you're going to scroll down and add a product. Digital product is generally what you'll be selling. Then you're going to click the blue plus to give it a name. And then you're going to create a price plan. You're going to create a new one. Give it a name. It's a one-time payment, or you've got subscription or payment plan as other options. And this is going to be a $27 product. Click save and save again. Make sure you click save twice. That catches me out a few times. Now if we view this funnel step, our order page, you'll see the price has now been filled out automatically for me and people can select that. Next, you want people to actually get something when they pay, so you'll be setting up an automation rule. Still in your order form, jump up to automation rules, add a rule. The trigger will be a new sale. If a new sale happens on this order form, do this. The do this will be send an email, and you're going to create that email message they receive from you. The subject, your order is here. Hi, make sure you use that substitute for their first name again. Hi, first name. Here is your product. And you would link to it either by going to link and say it's stored on Google Drive, for example, you'd put down the Google Drive link. Or if you're just attaching it, you can attach it as an email file here. Fill out your name and email address if they're not filled out here and click save. To keep the time down on this instructional video, I won't take you through how to set up the upsell or order bump in this video. I do have other instruction videos for that, and I'm going to link to those in the help document. So for this video, all you need is an order form and a thank you page straight after it to get people to start ordering from you right now. Now that we've got the order form with a product on it and a way for them to get an email from us after they pay, we can start linking to this page. We can actually make it live on the website. All we need is its address to place on the actual menu. And at the moment, the address looks terrible. So we're going to go in and fix that by going into order form, URL path, and we're going to give it a nicer looking name. Again, you can't use spaces, but you can use dashes to make it more readable. Click anywhere on the page and this green little tick will come up and it means it is saved. So while we're on this screen, grab the link, go up to your websites, blogs, go into your blog, go into your blog layout, go into your menu. The last one I've got here called order, and it's going to be a custom URL. Paste that link to your order form and click save. Good idea to give this a little test. We click on preview there and click on order. There we go. It links over to my order form, order from me, so people can start purchasing from me. If this is the page that you want everyone to go to buy from you, we also need to edit inside our homepage. We're going to exit out of this section here, go into pages, homepage, click on any of the buttons, and we've got it set to open URL. I'm going to replace this link with my order from me and click save. Do that for any of the buttons you want people to go to that order form ready to pay. Like I said, it can be any page in your site. If you want to send them to your services page, we just need to grab the services page link. Jump into services. This is my services page link. And I can paste that in there. Exit, and we'll have a look at how it's working. I'm going to view the blog. We've got our logo changed. Our menu should be working. If you click on these, you should see your logo on every page. It's looking really good. Services, contact, and order will take them to a new page where they can order. I return to my home page, just going to test that. Show me should take me to your order, correct. And any other button I've set up should take me to services. There we go. So that's as much as I'm going to show you in this little help tutorial for getting your website set up. It's a little fiddly getting the links going to the right places, but if you just name them other than numbers, it's a lot easier to keep track of what pages people are actually seeing. So contact, I can clearly see what that's going to be. I put all the social media icons I could think of in there. You're welcome to delete out anything you're not going to use and link to your own social media. To make your contact form work, just set up those automation rules for collecting emails the way I showed you earlier on in the video series. Hope that's been helpful. It was a bit of a rapid fire setup, but it's one of those things, the more you play with Systeme, the easier it will become. It is mostly set up for you. It's really just getting those actions to do something, those forms to do things, those buttons to go places, and the rest is really basic text and image changes. As always, get in contact with me if you get stuck. Happy to log in as an assistant and help you out with changing anything and double checking that it's all working. Thanks again for purchasing. Talk soon. Bye.